Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. This is only a test, folks. This is only a test. So if you're watching right now, you're probably
Testing
going,
one,
man,
two,
show some
testing
boats.
one,
Show some
two.
boats.
This is
Where's the
only a
boats
test.
at? I want to see some boats. Well, guess what? There's no boats here yet. Well, there is, but I'm not down there yet. So we will see you guys tomorrow. I'm just doing some sponsor placement testing right now on our layout here, and I wanted to see what it looked like on the screen. I'm not all the way done with it yet. There's a few little flaws here that I'm still fixing, but yeah, this is what we're doing right now. We're fixing up getting the sponsor logos in place and getting everything ready for tomorrow. It's going to be cold, hopefully not windy. It is windy today, as you can see over here in Laughlin, which is, about an hour and a half away. So we're hoping that the wind isn't as bad down in Parker as it is up here in Laughlin. That is what we're hoping. So other than that, the test is going to be good. We're going to be taking notes of that pretty new red boat down there, Kelly. We're going to be doing a walkthrough like we always do in the pit. So when you see Surf Rat coming through with that surfrat.tv shirt, well, actually, it's probably going to be too cold. But you know what I look like when you see me coming through. You're going to want to be interviewed. So I'm going to come through and say hi to all your team and driver and family, and everybody's going to get on there. So look forward to that video. It's always good. We do it at every race. We haven't always done that. I started doing that. Actually, once we were having problems one day with the live, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go out and just do some recordings and then upload it. And it just turned out to be pretty cool, and people liked it. So now what we're going to do is we're also going to run a live, of course, but we're also going to be out, maybe showing that recorded footage during some downtime during the race, which is kind of cool. So I'll be down in Parker for sure. I will be down there tomorrow morning early. I have to leave early to set up and everything. What do you guys think of the player? You'll be seeing the boat races in there, of course, but with the sponsor layout, I just put a white background so all the sponsor logos stood out. The only one I don't like is Mark McLaughlin's, the official photographer for this race, and many races. But Mark, I'm gonna have to try to get a hold of you and get a new logo. That's in the bottom left-hand corner. I don't like it because you can't read it, and so I'm gonna try to get a better logo for him before the race. Other than that, I like all the other logos that we've placed in there. I like the placement of them, the way it catches your eye back and forth. It's real important to do. You don't want to overload one side with all the red, white, and blue and the other side without it. So, and you want to get the green up there on the top the way we did it. That stands out, those two logos. That's cool. One of them, of course, being the Pirates Den logo being right in the front because, they're letting us use their internet. They're probably going to be hooking me up with food like they did last time. I pay for it, but it's good food, And we mention them throughout the broadcast, throughout the day. So it's kind of cool. Ratastic, I like that. Thank you. Yeah, I think it'll be cool. I think it's plenty big. I always worry about, is it big enough for people? Are they going to complain that the video player is too small? That's huge. That's a good one. So when you go full screen with that and you put it in 1080p, in that little gear down there, select that 1080p HD, and then go full screen with it. Well, right now it's not very clear because the sun's actually shining right in the window where that camera is. So what it does is it causes a reflection, and it doesn't look that clear anymore. But believe me, that's a good, real clear camera when the sun's behind it. So, like I said, I think this is going to be plenty big. It wasn't easy to get. There's going to be some changes coming in 2021, folks. I'm looking for sponsorships for people that want to put their logos up on this screen. It's going to happen. A lot of people are going to want it. Even though there's a lot of sponsors up there, we can scoot things up and rearrange and get about at least 6, 7 more good sponsors up there. And what that's going to do is support the live stream. What we're going to do with that money, everyone thinks, oh, you must make a lot of money. I don't. The money that I make, I always put back into my company that I've started since I don't even know when. But it's to buy things. You have to buy things to keep up with it. Computers, new hard drives, the list goes on and on and on. Cameras, mixers, I could just I go on headphone mixing distribution centers, more laptops you're going to need, cameras, more personnel. It goes on and on. And people think, oh, you make a lot of money doing this. You don't. I do it for the love of the sport. I've been racing all my life. I haven't raced boats, but I've raced. And I've been in boats most of my life, going out to the river and everything like that. So, but I've never got a chance to race a boat. Of course, if I ever did, it would be in a capsule boat, just because I feel they're a little safer, and I'm old and I don't want to die. When you're young, you don't give a shit. You're crazy when you're young. You're just balls out, man. Let's go for it. Well, there's consequences. So at my age, I'm a little more careful, and that's just the way it is, I guess. With age comes a cage. So that's the plan for tomorrow, guys. It looks good. Everything's set up. We just got to get down there and set it up down there. We're going to try to get a couple interviews with hopefully the owner of the Pirates Den, and I believe the general manager is going to come on live with us and explain to people what's going on down there and what they have to offer. Now, when they do that, I have a little thing set up for them, which they don't know yet, but I'm going to say when they come on, before they start, we're going to go, all right, guys, we're down here at the Pirates Den right here in Parker, Arizona. You already know. We're going to get everybody all pumped up and everything. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to go ahead and show what it is. It's a slideshow that I've set up here. Let me get it set up again. Hold on. I got to set all this up, so I just have it right now. I just have it set up as a photo right now. So I'm setting up a slideshow. So we're going to talk about the Pirates Den down there, and then we're going to show their slideshow. And it's going to be the same exact picture here, just like this. And then we're going to talk about their water sport rentals. They got Black Pearl Restaurant down there, which overlooks the racetrack where we're going to be. Right on the river there. They got a water taxi service, so if you need to get across the river or anywhere up and down Parker River, there it is there. Right there at the Pirates Den. So that's kind of cool. We're going to be hanging out at the Pirates Den, guys, right there. So I got that set up for them. When they start talking, we're going to actually be showing this. This slideshow, so. And they're going to like it because that's going to let people know about the Pirates Den down there. If you've never been down there, it's pretty cool. Really cool place to bring the family. There's boats, jet skis you can rent, gazebos, whatever. Of course, once that's done, we're going to go back to the main camera, and then they'll be on. They'll be like, hello, how's it going? I'm the owner, blah, blah, blah. I'm the general manager, blah, blah, blah. And then we'll introduce them and meet them, talk a little bit about it. And then, of course, that's going to be on downtime when there's no racing. And then after that, boom, we're going to get right back to racing as soon as, I believe right after the lunch break, usually about 1 o'clock is lunch break, we'll go right back to racing. So it starts around 9 a.m., if you've never checked out boat racing live, I mean, like being there, not watching it live, being there live, It's really exciting for a certain amount of time. In other words, they only race for 4 laps, but during the 4 laps, you won't see anybody look away. And if you look at them, the hair on their arms standing up, and I mean, it's intense racing, and you have to be there to understand what I'm talking about. The smell, the sound, and the sight of being at the races is so much different than watching it on live. Yes, I make it as close as it can be. We have a microphone we set up out there for the sound so you can actually hear the boats. Last race we weren't able to get the announcing, but we're trying to this year. I mean, this race, I don't know if we're going to be able to or not. If not, I'm still going to be there announcing, and hopefully they'll bring me some sheets this race, and I'll be able to tell you who's who. And I'm also hopefully going to have some help in the booth. So I'll be bringing extra headsets in there just in case one of the boat racers wants to come up with me and, talk about a class that they're familiar with or racers they're familiar with that are out there racing. So that's what people like when we go live on the set. So yeah, look forward to some good racing, guys, tomorrow. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Hit that little bell down there, and that'll give you an alert if you have a YouTube account, which you have to if you're on YouTube. You'll get an alert that we're live in the morning, and you'll know that the channel is up and running. And you'll be like, woohoo, yeah, I got my coffee, let's get it going. But no, hopefully everything goes smooth. I mean, every time you go out to do a broadcast, whether it's an off-road race, a boat race, jet ski race, you're setting up, and the internet's out, you can't get power goes out on you, little things like that. But the one good thing is I've always been pretty sharp and fast about getting the broadcast right back up. Have that happen, because it just happens. I tried to get Tony last time, and he never came over. He knew I was down there. He could have came down. He's hard to get to come down. He's always busy hanging out. If he's not racing, he's hanging out. I don't think he wants to even announce. But this isn't really announcing. It's kind of just kicking back in the booth and go, oh, look at, there goes so-and-so. You know what I mean? That's all you have to do. And he knows every racer out there, so it's kind of cool for someone that's real familiar with them, because they can just look and tell you who it is without even, checking the sheets or whatever. And people think, well, why don't you do that? And I'm like, well, I wasn't hired to be the announcer. I can do it. And if I did do it for, that was my thing, I would memorize every driver, every class, every number. I'd go out in the pits, talk to them, get to know them. It's a little different being a broadcaster and an announcer. And when you're doing both, it even makes it more difficult. And I don't know if you guys watched the race that we did a couple weeks back down there. I'll tell you what, I was doing it all. Announcing, broadcasting, hanging out. The red boat is at Sundance. I saw a few people preparing boats. A couple of people putting their videos online. A lot of new boats, a lot of new colors, paint schemes, new drivers. Yeah, a lot of new stuff coming out at this race. And, I mean, it's kind of cool to see right before, the 2021 season starts. It's kind of cool that people are just updating their stuff already. The Enduro was tough. That was a tough one because, like I said, I had no sheets and I had nobody to help me. To help me with who's who and what's what. And I'm trying to keep the broadcast going live. And yeah, this one's going to be a little more difficult. This one's a little more work because I like to label the races while they're on. What races up, how many laps. We don't have a TriCaster. We do everything it's with software, so it's a little different. My broadcast is original. We've been doing it for a long time this way. You have to have high-quality internet, and if you don't, your broadcast won't be as good. And it's one thing you don't want to do is broadcast a race with lagging internet, because what happens is it makes it buffer. and then everyone gets mad because it's it's frustrating. You know, they think it's their computer and it's yours. Or sometimes if you're broadcasting with the TriCaster and you're putting out a really good strong signal and you're uploading at 50 megabytes and somebody only has 2 meg of download speed and they're trying to watch your broadcast, it's not going to work for them either. So it really, it's nice to have a TriCaster when you have really good internet. But if you don't, you can harm your broadcast. So I've just, in the areas that I broadcast, and most of the locations that I broadcasted at are remote. In other words, there's no power, there's no Ethernet plug-in modem out there. We have to find it. So we do a lot of testing. Yeah, a lot of testing when it comes to signals and setting up our encoders for a smooth broadcast. It's very important to have a good smooth broadcast. Otherwise, you get a bad reputation, and then nobody wants to hire you to do their race. Well, I can tell you right now, I've been doing the SCSC racing for, I'm going to say over 10 years now. Every single year we've been there. So there hasn't been one we missed, I think, when we first started with Ross, unless they weren't able to pay me or something like that. They weren't able to get up the funds, sponsorship money, or whatever it takes to get me out there. So, and it's not much, guys. I know when I say that, everyone goes, "Oh, you must charge a lot of money." I'm one of the cheapest broadcasters there are, and I always have been, and I always will be. And that's what beats out the people that try to overcharge broadcasting, because really, it's not that expensive to get a full studio ready to broadcast. The expensive part is the equipment to do it. Like, you can get, if you have internet and a phone, you can broadcast, right? No, you're not in a studio. No, you can't get your logos up like the way we're doing right now. No, you can't have a scroller going across the bottom, which that is one more thing we're going to add, is a scroller here. Let's see here. So I want to work on that real quick. We're going to move this screen up just a little bit. And these logos have to come up just a little bit, because what we're going to do is the races are going to be, they're going to be labeled under here. So we're going to add text. So it'll be like race number 1. And then it'll be labeled that way. So once you do that, that's going to be a scroller too. So you're going to want that to scroll, because sometimes it gets, there's a lot more there. So let's try it at this speed right here. We have to also change the color, background color, because that is going to be not readable if I put it on a white background. So that scroller is going to be down in the bottom of the screen here, and that's going to be telling you what race it is, how many laps, and so forth. So that'll go in like right, boom, there. Let's see, I might need to raise this logo right here on the left a little more, and the one on the right just a little bit more, little raise them just a little bit. And then this Nick Rose one, it needs to go up a little too. Just a little adjusting we're doing here. Let's look at that. Boom. Let's move it over. All right, that moved them up. This one could actually, this one's going to get replaced. The Mark McLaughlin logo's going to get replaced. That one just doesn't look good down there in the left-hand corner anyways. But I just moved it up a little more. Anyhow, still not in the right spot. Hold on. That one's hard. That's more in the middle there. What do you think? Yes? No? Yeah, no? Let me see. No. Yeah, that's good enough. What the heck? All right, guys. It looks like this is smooth. This is gonna be good, guys. I know I'm excited. I get excited for any boat race. I love racing. You know, it's like it is my job to go out in the broadcast, but it's also almost like a vacation for me to go out and watch races too. Because once I'm all set up and everything's running good and everything, I actually can relax and, I got to work, yes, but I can actually relax my mind and say, oh my gosh, it's about time. I can finally watch the races and relax with it. So, yeah, hey, thanks for watching the test, you guys. I didn't think anyone would show up to watch me test, but hey, it is what it is. People like to know what's going on. When the channel goes live, you never know what's going on, huh? Don't worry, while we're live and I'm talking to you guys, we'll have a camera on. In fact, we'll put that camera on right now so I can show you what it'll look like when I take over the screen. When we take over the screen, I can go picture in picture. Picture in picture. Picture in picture. I'm setting it up here. Picture in picture. So that picture right there that you're looking at is outside my door, of course. Outside. What? My door? What? That's not my door. That's my house. Okay, so let's see. Go to layout. Do this. We're going to switch screens here in a minute. As soon as I get this layout right. Yeah, that is upstairs in my house right there that you're looking at. And then this one right here, this camera is going to be boom right in your face. So this will be like when we're talking, hey guys, listen up. We're out here in Parker, Arizona. Good morning, everybody. You got your coffee, got your everything ready? Let's do this. Brock Keenan has a new red boat down at Sundance. You're going to want to check it out. It's going to be a lot of good racing there tomorrow. You guys going? Or are you just going to watch online? Which one? You going to watch it online? This is like too up close and personal with me. Way too close. Anyways, what you see below here is the scroller that I was talking about. And we will label the races as they go. We will even label lunchtime or lunch break or intermission or however we want to put it during that time. You're going to watch it online? Okay, good. You won't miss a lot when you watch it online. We try to show everything we can. We're pretty thorough with our broadcast. Of course, we would love to expand and have a dual broadcast going where we can bring, the actual drivers down there live before they even get in their boats, have them live, and then come back right here to the main camera that we're on the race with. I have the technology, I have the knowledge, but I don't have the personnel. Nobody will do it for free. So what you have to do is pay somebody to come out here at the race and do it. You know what I mean? And this is way too bright. So yeah, you got to pay somebody to come out and help you. And then you could have two broadcasts going to where you can get maybe turn 1 and turn 2, Have both turns involved. That'd be cool. That's a lot better. That was so bright. Man, I don't even know how I lasted that long when it's that bright. But yeah, pretty cool, man. We'll just switch between cameras here, boom, and just right back to the broadcast, bam. That's how it works, folks. And what's cool is the scroller still stays there. The scroller still stays there as I switch cameras. You see that? It's very cool. Very cool. Tricks of the trade, folks. Tricks of the trade. And without all those sponsors that you see around the screen, that race wouldn't even happen. So we got to give them a shout out. Make sure you guys, if you're going to support anything with boat racing, support these sponsors, the ones who put money into helping get the race going. Come out and check out Pirates Den. These guys right here, they're sponsoring me, the live broadcast. They're helping out. I'm going to get lunch out of them. No, they're really cool people, man, and they take care of you up there. They got good food right on the river. I'm not lying to you guys. It's like right on the river. And let's see here. So, Pirates Den. They got water sport rentals. You can rent stuff. Boom. Boats, jet skis, whatever. They got the restaurant. They got good food right there on the river. And the bar, of course. And then you got the free water taxi service. You don't even have to drive. Whoop, whoop. Just show up. It's that easy. Know what I mean? Peas are popping, bro. We'll be watching from Michigan. All the way from Michigan. Right on. Tomorrow's race will start. I'm going to say racing will probably start right around 10. I'm going to try to go live a little earlier with you guys, talk to you. Pump you guys up a little bit. Make sure you got coffee or whatever you drink in the morning, tea. Heck, I mean, there's probably some hardcore drinkers that probably have a beer popped already. Beer 30 at 8:30 in the morning. Oh, man. Not the drivers or anything. I'm talking about the spectators. Yeah, the racers are getting ready to race. They don't drink at the race. Only after. But it's gonna be fun. If you've never, I know a lot of you guys right now are watching, have been here, but a lot of people that haven't seen the channel, haven't seen surfrat.tv in action. Tomorrow's a day, folks. It's really easy to find. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your brothers, tell your sisters, tell your cousins, tell your best friend, tell your worst enemy, tell everybody you can that they can go to surfrat.tv. It's that easy. I've made it that easy all these years. It's so easy to go to my broadcast. All you have to do is type in surfrat, S-U-R-F, and then dot, and then TV. Hit enter. Surfrat.tv. Hit enter. Now you do that in the browser, not in a search bar. You do it up in your browser up there. Just erase your line up there and put it, and then type in surfrat.tv. Boom. What does that do? That takes you over to the website. When you get to the website, you'll see it says upcoming events. Boom, like that. And if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see the regatta open. Boom. Click on that, and then you're going to see, you'll be on YouTube on my channel. And you'll see the one that's live. It'll be right up front. Click on that. Boom. And you're in the chat. You're at the races with us. Boom. That easy. So it's a 3-step process going to surfrat.tv still, but it makes it really easy to find. Nobody gets lost that way. Just tell them surfrat.tv, and then they'll figure it out. If they can't figure that out, they shouldn't even be on the internet. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding because my parents are like that. They're like, you're not so savvy when it comes to the computer stuff. Tomorrow is the Thanksgiving regatta. If you haven't, if I haven't told you, let me see if I got the flyer up yet. I don't think I do. I need to put the flyer. That's good. Thanks for reminding me. We'll get that up right now too. That will only take me a second. I got the flyer ready right here. So, you will be putting that up too. Yeah. I'll have that ready for to put up. So when we go live, that'll probably be the first thing you'll see is that. So there you have it. The 74th annual Thanksgiving Regatta 2020 in Parker, Arizona, from the La Paz Park down there. Pirates Den. That's where I'll be. And you're going to see all those boats you see in those pictures right there. You're going to see all those boats and more. Folks, Cracker Jacks are there. They're fun to watch. You got to get down there. If you've never seen them live, like I said, it's very entertaining. Very entertaining. So, yeah, that's the flyer for the race. Somebody was asking, what's tomorrow? That's tomorrow. We're not there yet, but you know what? We're only an hour and a half out, so I don't have to drive like for 5-6 hours to get to this race, which is nice. It takes me an hour and a half to get there. Boom, I'm there. Takes me about an hour and a half to set up, depending on complications. Sometimes we have complications. We can't get power, can't get the internet. Things in our way. Somebody's eating in our table that we need to get under or whatever. I don't know. We run into stuff, so I like to get there a little early and get everything set up. Because it's just me that does it. You guys know that I only have a cameraman that helps me, and that's my best friend, Priscilla. She's on the camera, and yeah. Through the years, I've only had a camera person, whether it was my daughter, a girlfriend, a friend, whatever it is. That's the way we've done it. We've always been able to do this, to keep this boat racing live, which I think is important. You know, I only went to Burley 1 year, and I don't even know why they never brought me back. They didn't have good internet up there for me. And I know they have good internet up there. They didn't have good internet for me at that time. And the race kind of went eh. It wasn't one of my best broadcasts, but we still had it live up there. And then as far as getting paid, it was kind of difficult because it wasn't through, normally I get paid with Ross through that. It was with somebody else, and they I think they took a lot of the money that was raised for me, that I was supposed to go to the broadcast. And I ended up getting out of there, almost spending money instead of making money. It's kind of sucked. But I do love Burley. It was fun up there. You know what was a trip, though? I went up to Idaho thinking, oh, man, I'm going to get the best potatoes ever. They were out of them. They sold out. So Idaho has the best potatoes, and they grow the most of them, but they distribute them. The distribution center is cleaned out. They take them, all the people from different states clean them out. So I don't even know if they have any potatoes for themselves there. But you get the big fat potatoes, those Idaho potatoes. So good. Oh, yeah. I was expecting that when I went to the steakhouse up there on Burley, up on the shoreline. I forget the name of the restaurant. And I go, I want one of those big Idaho potatoes. They go, we're out of them. I'm like, what? We're out of them. I couldn't figure it out. I was like, man, that's like being out of avocados in Fallbrook, California, man. Come on. It is what it is, folks. It's about boat racing. That's why we do it. We're not here to make a lot of money. We like racing, and we like showing it, and we have fun doing it. And you know what? Everyone that watches our races always comes back the next race. They do. They get hooked on the channel because we keep it real. We keep the race real and fun, and we show you real time stuff and talk about it. And Ross is good on the mic, and That's why we've been successful with the racing so far. Who knows? One day we could sell our whole program to a network. You never know. They might say, "Hey, you guys do such a clean job online. We could clean it up even better if we buy you out." And I told Ross, don't sell out, man, because that's happened to me so many times where I've created my empire, right? And it gets to be where it's actually working, and then boom, there I go. They don't need me no more. It's all done. I built it, and it's turnkey now, and I got screwed a few times with that. And so, yeah, I'm a little more hardy when it comes to, what you're going to do with me and keep me around, because I know I do a good job, and I know that you'll be happy with my work. Obviously, we still get hired to do broadcasting, whereas all the companies I worked for in the past are all gone. And they were big companies that put a lot of money into it. A lot. More than I put into mine. And they just faded quick. They realize it's not as easy as you think, and you don't make as much money as you want. And sometimes it almost takes money to do this, but you have to get somebody that's dedicated like me. Because if you don't get somebody like me, they're going to want money, and they're going to go, I'm not doing it. And then you guys don't pay to watch the races live. You guys don't have to pay to watch it. It's free. Now, I will have a donation for you people at this next race. I'm going to have a link for you to click on to help with the donations. That's going to go towards expenses. Gas money, food, anything that we need for the race, and so forth. And I think that's fair. That's not asking for much. Sometimes you get somebody that's really generous with their money, and they're like, hey, Surf Rat, man, I got you. And they hook you up, And they don't do it just once. They do it every race. They're all like, you're back? Cool. I don't mind. Because if somebody's producing some content that you like to watch, you want to keep that around. And there's one thing we never did, and that's go commercial with it and make you pay to watch, like a lot of YouTube channels do. You have to subscribe to watch them or whatever. We've kept boat racing free for you. I don't know if I'm the voice for boat racing. I would say more like, Ross for sure. I mean, Ross has been announcing forever. You got Dave Arnold's pretty good at boat racing, but he hasn't been out for a while. He's really good at jet skiing, but what are the two brothers' names that go out there? You guys know Flanagan or whatever? Those guys are good. Those are the voices of boat racing. They know a lot more people that are involved in boat racing than I do. But what's important is to keep you guys entertained, whether it's showing the races, me talking, showing somebody else in an interview, or just showing you around the facility. Whatever it is, if you're entertained watching, you'll take another bite and a drink and keep watching. Anyways, guys, that's all for now. I'm done bullshitting you guys. I'm the real deal, though. I ain't fake. I'm real news right here, buddy. All you guys out there watching, I'm the real deal, okay? When you see me come by there, give me a high five. I'm the real deal. No fake news here whatsoever. I am Surf Rat from surfrat.tv. Peace, you guys. See you tomorrow. Woo! Boat racing. Oh, yeah.